do mirrors, and I think I mentioned that, I think together we had done mirrors when we created a rectangle that had the origin at the very center by using a center rectangle. But now it's dealing with a rectangle where origin's at one end. So I had you, when you created that block, use this to mirror. Let's say we had, sorry, let's say we just had a hole like so. And cut through all. Okay, what I had to do was go to reference, geometry, and plane, and we started off, I'm telling you, I really didn't like what had happened with this interface, so what I just had you do was follow along step by step with me, is to pick one face, and then pick the opposite face, and you got a midplane, so that you could mirror that hole. I know we all did that one together, right? I let you guys have computers back, and you did that, but once I picked those two, this is weird, because SolidWorks never did hide those from you before. Let me cancel that operation and go back to what it looks like when I start off with reference plane. All I see are these first reference, second reference, third reference. And when I pick one, let's say I just pick this face out here, then suddenly it wakes up all these opportunities or what could be done with that particular bit of information. My first reference was the face that you see highlighted in that sort of pink color. By default, it decides if you just pick one face, well, I can give you a plane that's offset from that face, a certain distance. We could flip the direction of it. We could change the number of planes to create. Every half inch now, it's making another plane. You may need that. Well, there are times that we'll get into it later on to make more sophisticated features. That's good for lofts if you want to control a loft every half inch by its profile or diameter, but I'm getting ahead of myself. With just the one face selected, I'll go back down here to one instance. If I just selected that face and clicked OK, now I've got a plane that is set up that is offset from that face by 0.5. It's a feature all by itself. If I click on the plane and go to Edit, I can go back and edit the distance or maybe give it some other information to make sure that it's not only parallel, and I can perpendicular. It's based on how I select some things. I can maybe override that, say I want this to be perpendicular, and now it says it'll create one through that edge. I'm not sure quite how it decided on that edge of the face to make it perpendicular. But if I were to have selected as my second reference, let's say this back edge, now I know I'm controlling it perpendicular. So I've got two references, but I can also override it now and tell it I want it at an angle. So instead of having it 0 degrees, I'll make it 45 degrees. Now it's going through that edge, which was the second reference that I selected, and 45 degrees from the original face. So those are just a couple of options that are more common than most of the others. If you were to select just the face, you get an offset. So if I just went in here and right-clicked and removed or deleted that second reference, now it's back to being, no, it's not a 45, I just screwed everything up. Let me cancel it. I created this one, and I went back into edit. I'm just probably just confusing you guys like crazy. For right now, select a face, and you'll see the offset, and to answer, it's Felix, right? Answer Felix's question,